Gemma Winter's recent return to Coronation Street took an unexpected turn, as she came back to a series of unfortunate events that have left her and her family in an increasingly difficult situation. After taking a much-needed holiday to help the family cope with the recent loss of Paul Foreman, Gemma's arrival in Weatherfield was met with distressing news about her partner Chesney Brown's job and their financial stability. The vacation, which was meant to bring comfort to Gemma, Bernie Winter, and their children, has instead brought them face to face with new challenges that only deepen their grief. During her time away, Gemma had hoped to focus on healing and bonding with her family following the death of Paul, her beloved brother-in-law. Bernie had organized the trip, hoping the change of scenery would ease their sorrow. However, things quickly fell apart back in Weatherfield. In Chesney's absence, his friend Kirk Sutherland, who was left in charge of the family's kebab shop, found himself unable to keep things under control. The kebab shop's hygiene issues culminated in a visit from the health inspector, who ordered the immediate closure of the business after discovering cockroaches in the kitchen. This was a crushing blow for Chesney, as the kebab shop was his main source of income and essential to supporting his family. Upon her return, Gemma was devastated to find that Chesney was struggling to keep the business afloat. To remedy the situation, Chesney spent his time tirelessly cleaning the shop to meet health standards, but even then, their troubles didn't end there. In a bid to support the family, Chesney approached Dev Alahan, the shop owner, to ask for more shifts at some of Dev's other businesses. However, Dev's reaction was anything but understanding. Not only did he refuse to pay Chesney until his shop was reopened, but he also suggested that Chesney look for work elsewhere, leaving him feeling abandoned and frustrated. This treatment was particularly hard for Chesney to stomach, as he and Dev had previously maintained a supportive, if sometimes strained, relationship. Gemma and Bernie were shocked by Dev's indifference, especially considering the family's circumstances. As the mother of 5 children, Gemma was horrified that Dev, a man who considered himself a friend of the family, would turn his back on them in their time of need. Bernie, who has always been quick to stand up for her family, expressed her outrage, reminding Dev that Chesney is the primary provider for his large family. Dev's response, focused on his business interests and personal priorities, came across as cold-hearted, leaving Bernie questioning whether they could truly rely on him as a friend. However, Dev's refusal to lend a helping hand was not the only hardship the family faced. The return from their holiday also reopened painful wounds regarding Paul's passing, particularly for Bernie. Throughout their trip, Bernie had been wrestling with how to properly say goodbye to Paul. She had initially planned to scatter his ashes in space, hoping to give him a unique and memorable farewell. Yet when she discovered that Dev had already arranged for the ashes to be sent off, her grief only deepened. Bernie felt robbed of the chance to honor Paul in her own way, which left her feeling even more alone in her sorrow. Although Dev's intentions may have been well-meaning, Bernie was heartbroken to have missed out on the closure she desperately needed. In the face of Dev's refusal to support Chesney, the family's financial troubles forced Chesney to accept a job as a delivery driver, despite the role offering minimal job security. The 0-hour contract provided only a temporary solution, and Gemma was understandably worried about their long-term stability. Her disappointment over the precarious nature of the job is a reminder of the ongoing struggles they face as they try to rebuild after Paul's death. The challenges Gemma and Chesney are now grappling with highlight the fragility of their situation and the often unforgiving nature of their working-class reality. For Gemma, who has faced her share of setbacks, it's particularly hard to watch Chesney be mistreated by Dev, a man they once considered a friend. As they attempt to move forward, their resilience will be tested. Bernie's lingering anger toward Dev reflects the family's sense of betrayal, while Chesney's determination to find any way to support his children speaks to his devotion. As the story unfolds, it remains to be seen if Dev will offer an olive branch or if the Winters and Chesneys will have to find a way to manage on their own. Coronation Street continues to depict the challenges and triumphs of family life. And Gemma's return to such turmoil is a poignant reminder of the resilience required to endure life's hardships.